that perspective has to shift. That cycle has to end. Okay, I know that, yet I still get triggered and I get lost in the trigger and I do forget my value and my worth in those moments. So that is what I want to focus on with you guys in this video of sharing, like, what do we do in the midst of a trigger? Because that's when the truth comes out. That's when it's really time to play. Have you ever found yourself questioning your self-worth or feeling instantly triggered by an insecurity, and then all of a sudden all the confidence you have cultivated for yourself, all of the inner work that you have done just seems pointless and irrelevant because this trigger makes you question everything about yourself. This trigger makes you second guess yourself. It makes you see yourself in the most devaluing light, and it's sick. It's sick, bro. Today in this video, I want to share with you the known truth. Maybe you already know this, so maybe it's just a reminder, but that your worth, your value is not up for debate. It's not up for question. It's not up for review. Your worth, your value is inherent, meaning you are born with it. You see something that happens, someone gets chosen over you for a job, or you get triggered because you feel you don't have something that someone else has. In those moments, you are questioning your worthiness as if it's up for debate, as if that thing happening has a direct impact of the worth that you already have. I'm here to share a strategy or two and some tips on how to reclaim this, how to recognize this, because this is something I too have struggled with. I have been there. There are times even in the present moment where I am actively reclaiming my power and making sure I stay grounded in my spirit and knowing who I am and not second guessing myself because of a trigger or because something about my environment is making me question myself. That ends. That inner voice that makes you second guess yourself, that inner voice that tells you that you're not worthy, that you're not beautiful enough, that you are not smart enough, that inner voice is not you. It can't be. I have come to the complete conclusion and the radical truth that inner voice can't be me. Because why would I ever come into this lifetime to live this human experience to be against myself? To constantly chastise myself. Every time I try, I make it very clear why I would feel shameful. I make it very clear why I would feel like not trying again, because that inner critic beating me down, it makes sense why it would be so hard to rebound and get back to feeling confident or feeling authentic and true to myself, like I could show up as myself. The point is that inner critic that you hear is not real. This topic is very near and dear to my heart because it's a form of self-imprisonment. It's a form of caging oneself because of limitations that society has imposed on us. And it's a very uncomfortable existence. And so helping people with their self-concept, helping them to reclaim who they always have been, who they are, their divinity, their value, their worth, something that this world, no one in this world, no place, no thing can take away or make less of. That is a passion of mine. So let's get into it. So let's talk about with what self-worth really is and defining it too in its most radical meaning. Self-worth is not about external validation. It is intrinsic, meaning it comes from within. That your worth is not a matter of someone measuring it and comparing it to some other person, thing, or place. Though the world may do that, your value was never up for debate. Intrinsic is, it is your inner being, your inner workings. You as a being is worthy. Research in psychology shows that people with low self worth may encounter unhealthy relationships, constantly doubting themselves, feeling in constant stretches of uncertainty, right? Battling themselves. Because when we don't recognize, this is a thing too, when we choose to abandon the efforts that we put into a thing, when we choose to abandon the milestones that we have worked so hard to conquer, that the milestones that we put all of our energy and effort into achieving, when we choose to ignore that, we in turn create a cycle of self-betrayal. Because here, imagine having a friend who does everything that they can in their power to show up for you, to be consistently of service to you. Whatever dreams or aspirations you have, they're right on it. They're like, okay, you need this, you want to do this, boom, what do we need to do? They're showing up, they're giving whatever they got, and they make it happen. And each time they make it happen, you're just like, yeah, they did that. What? What? Like you would do that to a friend? You would watch them put their blood, sweat, and tears into a thing to that that is for you, to that's in support of you, and you just hit them with the, yeah, thanks. It was cool. You did that. That's, I explain it like that because that is what you are doing to yourself. So whatever energy you felt when I explained it in that way of like, dang, I would, hopefully, right? Hopefully you're like, I would never do that to a friend. If my friend is showing up for me and doing whatever they can, and putting in that effort like that, wow, I would feel honored. If anything, I'd feel bad, and why am I not more appreciative? And right? Same exact expression with yourself. You discrediting, right? You discrediting your efforts, your milestones, the things that you put your essence into, that is you discrediting your worth too, right? It's saying that you could put in all this work and it means nothing. You see it as nothing. That perspective has to shift. That cycle has to end. Because for you to go on, right? Because on the opposite end of actually having self-worth, and believing in the self-worth, because let me reframe that. We all have worth. We are all worthy. This is not to be added or subtracted or taken away or given. It's for all of us. We all have it. But to recognize it and own it, a lot of us have to reclaim it because we have allowed others to tell us what we're worth and what we should expect from ourselves or of the world because of the worth that they put on us, right? So a lot of us have to do the work to reclaim that. But I want you to remember that worth is not determined by external things, by external validation, not even by the title you have for work, not by the relationships or status you have in life. Your worth is not determined by those things. The things and experiences and the relationships and everything else that you have in your life is a direct mirror or extension of you, your existence, your essence, your uniqueness. And so I want you, I pray that you acknowledge more, with more validity, your worth, your value, and acknowledge with its fullness the effort and essence you put into the things that you do, the effort and the essence that you put into living, breathing, pouring into others, pouring into yourself, you expanding your career, you working on your relationships, you building yourself up, you healing yourself, that you begin to see the daily effort. I don't care to what extent that effort is. If you're waking up and using your breath to pour into your passions, your loves, your relationships, yourself, at whatever capacity, is that not of someone who is worthy? Is that not already a representation of your divinity and why you are someone with great worth? Because you choose to pour into things of light, things of great passion, things of great love. Come on now. So, as always, I like to share with you guys tips and strategies to help you implement and really integrate the things that we talk about. Because, yes, you probably already know that your value is not up for debate, right? But you want help with, okay, I know that, yet I still get triggered and I get lost in the trigger and I do forget my value and my worth in those moments. So that is what I want to focus on with you guys in this video, of sharing, like, what do we do in the midst of a trigger? Because that's when the truth comes out. That's when it's really time to play, right? Not just speaking about, yep, I know I'm worthy, I know I got it, which you should know, right? But things get a little different when we're feeling triggered. So here are a couple steps that you can take to help you reclaim your power, your worth, your value. And the hope is that you can stay grounded in it and that you can stay centered in that energy. So, the first thing that I want to share with you guys is creating a I'm proud of me list. In this list, I want you to write all of the milestones, all of the accomplishments, all of the certifications, all of the degrees, all of the projects you've worked on, all of the things you've contributed to, all of the passions you've poured into, all of the things about you that you are most proud of. So also note that this list can have on there attributes of yourself that you're proud of. Maybe it's not per se an accomplishment as far as like an outcome, but maybe it's, I really love that I take care of my skin daily. And actually that is an outcome, right? Because by you taking care of your skin every day, you got great skin, right? Or you're working towards it, or you're just pouring into it. So focus on the things that matter to you, that you are most grateful for, that you can identify that, no, I put energy, I put effort into this, I cultivated this, that it took me putting into it for it to be what it became, right? Whatever comes to mind, put it on this list, your I'm proud of me list. I want you to get granular. I want you to get specific. I want you to write all the things. It's really important for you to do so, because a lot of times what happens is, like I said earlier, we just totally negate our worth. We totally negate all the effort and energy, all of the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into things, and all of a sudden, poof, it's gone. Now all of a sudden we're second guessing ourselves. All of a sudden we're not worthy, we're not capable. And it's sick. It's sick. It really is, because that is the cycle that will keep you caged. And for some of us, it could be drowning, right? So in order for us to reclaim our value and worth, first we have to become aware of it. And putting it on paper, listing it out, all of them, is the most divine way for you to come face to face with, no, I did do that. I did accomplish that. I did work on that. That was because of me. It's important for you to see. It's important for you to really see, because then you can start to rewire how you view accomplishments, how you view your value too, because a part of what we are, it's intrinsic, right? It's our uniqueness. Your uniqueness creates things. Your uniqueness cultivates the lifestyle that you have. It's a direct representation of you are valuable. You are worthy. So write it down. I know that was long-winded. Write it down. This is very, very important. Some other things I want to share with you guys to add along with your steps into reclaiming your worth and just recognizing your value is set boundaries. Setting boundaries is a topic that we explore often on this channel because it's imperative to not only your mental health but your emotional well-being, right? Being able to identify a healthy boundary of this is what I will accept and not accept. This is what it is okay for me and not okay, right? You being able to do that will allow you to cultivate a inner knowing and trust of your worth and your value, and to not allow people to play with you. Let's just call it out how it needs to be called out. Boundaries says I respect myself so much that I can identify when something doesn't sit well and it's not okay, and I need to be assertive and I need to let you know that that's not acceptable. Okay? That is the healthiest, most loving thing you can do for yourself and the ones around you, truthfully, because it allows them to see you in a way where they can know how to operate in the relationship with you, to make the relationship better, to make it feel safer, right? So setting boundaries is vital. If you are someone who struggles with that, start small. Start small, right? It's about using your voice, and that's heavy for a lot of us. That's triggering for a lot of us. But if your voice shakes while you do it, commend yourself along the way anyway, because that is the first step. You have to open your voice. Use your voice. It is your greatest tool. Lastly, I know it is very natural to feel triggered when feeling rejected, or when feeling like something or someone is trying to compare you to worldly things, right? But I want to remind you that each time that you find yourself feeling triggered, is an opportunity. I know this could be a new way of looking at this, but it's truly an opportunity for you to reflect and go inward and ask yourself, what needs more love within me? Because usually when we're feeling triggered, right, there's narratives that go off and say, you're not worthy, you're stupid, you're not capable, don't do it, you're gonna fail. Okay, speak to your body and ask it, how can I love you? How can I reassure you? Right? Having that intimate relationship with yourself, because the relationship you have with yourself will forever be the most intimate relationship you will have. So be tender with yourself. Take time with yourself. Explore yourself. Take those moments to explore what needs love right now. Because that's all the triggers are trying to tell you, is that, hey, something feels off. Something doesn't feel aligned. Help me realign. Help me to feel grounded. Help me to feel at an equilibrium, right? So be a support system to yourself by saying, we're going to get through this. What do you need? How can I reassure you? How can I assist you right now? Right? I want to thank you so much for watching all the way through. This message, as I said earlier, really, really touches me deeply, because it's something I've struggled with for years, right? Feeling like my self-worth, my value was always up for debate. Always. And in today's world, it makes sense why our sense of worth and sense of value is so fragile. Because you hop on social media and social media is like, if you don't look like this, then what you doing? Right? It's such a tender topic, but I pray that what you get from this video is that your self-worth, your value is not up for debate. It is not up for question. It is not up for comparison. Okay? The world may try to do that, but it is within you to declare that that is not acceptable. That's not even a thing to do. It's not even possible. Meaning it doesn't transpire as any result. That result that may come up from them doing that is invalid. Invalid because they're speaking on something they have no power over. No one, nothing has power over your worth. Your value is yours. That is not up for question and it's not up for debate. And that's period. And that's reclaiming that as truth. And maybe starting there, that every day you tell yourself that. Because that is a truth. That's not just a motivational saying. I'm not saying that just to be cute. That's a truth. So please take this and do with it as you will. I pray that it is nurturing to your spirit. I pray that you pour into yourself so deeply that you heal every aspect of you that may try to hold you back, that may try to keep you stuck in old ways of being. You are evolving and you are worthy of evolving. You got this. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe, hit that like button, share this. I want to also talk to you in the comments, man. Like, how are you practicing reclaiming your self-worth? I want to know. Share it with us all because maybe we can share tips, right, of how we practice this daily, because it's not just a one-time thing. It's a daily habitual practice of love and care. I love you so much.